How I feel? Left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock her hips. I love the way she move it, shake it all day. When she pop her hips, the shawty is a winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We had another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be reacting to your post-game call-ins after the Washington Commanders got the victory over the Atlanta Falcons yesterday. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please help me get there as soon as possible. And if you guys want to be featured in the next post-game show, all you gotta do is call the number at the top of the screen, 301-818-2538. You'll be featured in the video. So with that out of the way, let's get straight to it. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful Monday. I hope yours is going well. The Washington Commanders got the victory yesterday over the Atlanta Falcons, and it feels good to finally snap a 3-game losing streak. There obviously are still some things that we need to clean up on both sides of the ball, but everybody contributed yesterday, offense, defense, and special teams, and that's what you call a full game right there. All three phases of the game showing up, and that's what you love. That's what you love to see. So enough of me rambling though. Y'all heard my voice all yesterday. Now it's time for you guys to take over the show. Let's listen in for the first caller.
Yeah, man, great victory by the Commanders. Let's freaking go. But we got to clean up a lot of stuff, though, man. Got to clean up a lot of stuff. That game could have easily been won by 17 to 20 points. Easily. Eric Bieniemy with the offensive play calling, just horrible. I mean, we were up by, what, 12? Like, you know what I mean? You didn't even run the ball? Like, come on, man. Like, start running the ball. Like, we were up at a comfortable league. Run that freaking ball. Defense played outstanding, man. Of course, Desmond Ritter, you know, young quarterback. But, man, gave us 3 picks, man. Defense played outstanding. Finally came and showed up. But offensively, man, we got to do a lot better. Though. Overall, though, man, hell to the Commanders. Peace.
Yes, sir. So I appreciate you for calling into the show. And I want to say this. I definitely agree. I pointed it out yesterday that we should have won that game 38-17, 38-10. Like I thought after Benjamin St. Juste got that pick, we was gonna run away and hide with the victory. It should not have been that close. And I definitely think Eric Bieniemy's play calling, and especially in the second half, was atrocious. I did not like it. He failed to get the playmakers involved. And you spoke on, running the ball. Brian Roberts had 10 carries for 31 yards, and that I felt like that was a lot due to just Atlanta's run defense not having it. I don't know why we didn't keep running the ball with Chris Rodriguez. He seemed like the most successful back we had as far as like a pure running back yesterday, and not in the passing game wise. I don't know why we ever stopped with Chris Rodriguez, because we were running the ball with him well, and we just stopped it. So I definitely think Eric Bieniemy's play calling needs to be much better, especially in the second half. Because there's no way that game should have been 24-16. When you make a quarterback turn the ball over 3 times, you should run away and hide with your victories and with games. And we didn't do that. That's what we lack right now. We lack the ability to crush an opponent, and we need to learn how to do that, because if you play against good teams, you got Philly coming up, you got the Giants coming up, who's not a good team but is a division opponent and is going to be confident coming into this game, knowing that they can constantly beat up on Washington, and they just came off a game where they almost beat the Buffalo Bills. You can't win games like that versus these teams coming up, and that's just the truth of the matter, as Ron Rivera likes to say. So appreciate you for calling into the show. Let's go ahead and get to the next caller.
Yeah, man, a win's a win. Nothing to take away from that, but how has to be better. I mean, you look at the stat sheet, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, but the sacks that he's taken are just throw the ball away, man. It's unacceptable. You have to throw the ball away. Defense played all right. Turnovers were great, but it's just when we play the Eagles again, like, we're gonna get obliterated. But that's all I gotta say, man. Thanks a lot. Peace.
Appreciate your call, man. But I have to disagree with you on that. I don't think we are gonna get obliterated by the Eagles next time we play them. to this point, and I know they lost yesterday, the Jets beat them, but I feel like we played them the toughest. I still stand on that, and the offense showed up that game. Defense really didn't show up that game, but they had opportunities where they made stops. So I don't think we're going to get obliterated by the Eagles. I understand your frustration with how not taking, with continuing taking sacks when he could just throw it away, but I just feel like it's going to eventually click in his head. Now, it may not click in his head as fast as we would like him to, but it's going to eventually get there. He's going to eventually tired of getting hit. Like, have y'all realized even when Sam Howell's not sacked, even when he's upright, or even when he's delivering a ball, he's still taking a shot? Like, even if it's not a sack. So every play he's getting, at some point, he's going to get tired of being hit himself, because it has to click at some point. The offensive line as of late has been good. Yesterday with Cornelius Lucas in there, they were good. But I'm not surprised. Cole Luke always holding it down. Even Charles Leno having one of the better years of his tenure here in Washington. Like, the offensive line has been solid the last couple weeks, and Howard's still taking a lot of hits. So at some point, it's going to click for the young fella. Like, hey, I gotta help myself out. Okay, their O line, yeah, they gotta block for me, but they're blocking for me. At some point, I gotta help myself out and stop taking these hits. And it's gonna click eventually. Now, hopefully, it doesn't click too late when he suffers an injury, knock on wood, or something like that. Hopefully, it clicks here soon rather than later for Sam Howell. But I appreciate your call. And I think we're definitely gonna give the Eagles a good challenge next time we play them in a couple weeks. Appreciate your call.
Yo, Juan, bruh. It's your man, Sean White, man. Let's go, bruh. We just got that W, man. We did that for Charles Leno and his family, bruh. Prayers up to his family and Charles Leno, bruh. A few things we got to work on, though. We got to work on offense, EB's play calling, man. We got to work on it, bro. We're going to have to work on that, bro. The defense, they played good today. Honestly, they played good today. The DBs, Juice had his first pick. Jamin had his first pick. I was proud of them boys, man. Let's go, bruh. HTTC. Let's go. Salute, bro.
Appreciate you, my guy Sean White, always checking into the channel, always on live streams, holding it down. Shout out to you. And yeah, definitely echoing what pretty much all of us are saying. Eric Bieniemy's play calling has to be better, especially in the second half. Defense definitely showed up. I felt like a lot of us are doing the defense a disservice. This was their best performance. Let's keep it a buck. All right, they forced 3 turnovers. Desmond Ridder really wasn't comfortable. He had flashes, but we really wasn't comfortable. Wasn't able to get into a real good flow outside of the first drive where they went down and scored a touchdown. Other than that, he wasn't able to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Did they have missed opportunities? Yeah. Percy Butler, I don't know what he was doing. Van Jefferson, if Desmond Ridder hits him wide open, Van Jefferson is scoring a touchdown. That's one. They did a little trick play. Bijan Robinson back to Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder has to hit that. Let's keep it a buck. All right, so there was times where the secondary did look bad, but it happens. It's a game, 60-minute game. You're not gonna be perfect all the way through, and especially with your backups in there. Cody Barton got a sack, but then they called him they called a rough and a pass on him. Chase Young was getting hold a lot. They didn't call no holdings. Chase Young nearly had a sack. So like, defense played outstanding yesterday, their best performance. But that's the one thing that always happens. That's why, like, it's frustrating as a fan, because when we play against Desmond Ridder, we play against these bum quarterbacks or these low average quarterbacks, we show up. But when it's like the Jalen Hurtses, the Josh Allens, whoever, top Patrick Mahomes, we don't show up. And that's why it's like, hey, look, I don't want to hear nothing about this front four. I don't at all, because anytime we play against a good quarterback, we struggle. Okay, so again, not surprised we did Desmond Ridder the way we did Desmond Ridder. Now I want to see, can we do Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor or Jalen Hurts like that? Can we do those boys like that? Dak Prescott or all these other quarterbacks that we tend to struggle against. I know we can beat up on Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. I know we can beat up on Desmond Ridder and all these guys. Can we beat up on Tua? Can we beat up on Zach Wilson? Even though I know Zach Wilson is, average, but he's getting better. By the time of the season, who knows if he's going to be good Zach Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers may be back. Because you see, he's trying to make a slower comeback. More of the stories, what I'm trying to say is, we need to show up against better quarterbacks. I know we can do this to Desmond Ridder. Okay, that ain't no surprise, and 3 turnovers was no surprise, because again, this defense shows up against bad quarterbacks. So we need to finally do it against somebody that is actually good, and that's gonna make me feel like, all right, this defense has finally arrived. But not taking no credit away from them, they showed up. Thank you so much, defense. Continue to build on this, and hopefully that defense can get right. Appreciate your call, Sean White.
We got a cool little dub, you mean? But Cody Barton gotta go. EB, Scott Turner at 24 points. Most of that came from the defense, giving us good field position. What else? Defense, cornerback, they got these picks today. I like that. But the defense, the whole 400 yards, that ain't gonna cut it. Against Atlanta, that's terrible. Off 193. Come on. You better than that. 3 touchdowns. Sam Howell look good, though. Look pretty solid. Too many sacks, though. Clean that up. We all right. Clean that up. We're going to be good. But you got to clean the sacks up. Offense got to be better. Looking like Scott Turner still in the building to me. But hopefully you be good together. You me? All right.
Hey, it's crazy how everybody's saying the same thing. Like, in past years, and I'm not saying that don't exist anymore, but in past years, you'll be having, like, some people be like, hey, look, EB wasn't that bad. Y'all need to relax on EB. He was good, blah, blah, blah. It's Sam Howell, or they're going to try to put the blame on somebody else. But everybody seems to be on the same page. Everybody seems to be seeing the same issue. And I'm not just specifically only talking about Eric Bieniemy's play call. I'm talking about with mostly everything. Like, we are on the same page. I love to see that, fans. I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate the call. I definitely don't like that. 193 total yards or whatever. How much? Yeah, but that's bad. That's bad, bro. That is horrible offensively. You had the Jahan Dawson drop. You had some other plays that you missed. Terry McLaurin down the sideline. Like, you had some plays that you missed that would have obviously boosted up that total yardage. But overall, you have to be better. I definitely get Scott Turner vibes from him at times, especially where it comes to my scheme. You know, he's not a guy that's worried about stats, you know. So basically what he's saying, he's not going to go out his way to get a guy the ball, which kind of is like, bro, that's what we kind of brought you here for. If we knew that wasn't going to be the case, we would have kept Scott Turner, you know what I'm saying? Because Scott Turner also failed to give his playmakers the ball, you know. Them targets that Logan Thomas is getting, give me them to Terry, give me them to Jahan. I understand Jahan is off to a bad start this year, sophomore slump, but you can't knock the guy's confidence by not featuring him in the offense. You got to continue to go at him. You know, that De'Ami Brown deep ball, I understand Sam kind of overshot him, but I would like De'Ami to go high point that ball. I thought maybe the other guy had a tug on his hand, and maybe he did a little bit, but it seemed like De'Ami had a chance to go up with 2 hands and get that. I like to see that, you know, at least dive for it or make an attempt, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, overall, you can't allow Atlanta to get 400 yards and you only get 100, you know, but again, that just goes to show that offense still has a long ways to go. More so the play calling. Like, I know that talent and us we ready to rock and roll. Talent and the quarterback, but it's like play calling wise, he needs to be better. Defense, as you mentioned, was good. Cody Barton, he had a good day though. I ain't gonna lie. I know I'm not the biggest Cody Barton fan, but he had a good day. Outside of that roughing the passer, he had him a good day. So yeah, shout out to everybody. Appreciate your call.
Good one, fellas. Can't get comfortable, though. Long season. Let's do this. Left hand up. Peace.
Yes, sir. You already know, man. Shout out to my guy. Long season. 3-3. It feels good to knock this off, you know, as far as, like, the losing streak. So now, if we were to do the Ron Rivera thing, which would be to win 4 straight right here, get hot, you're going to have something to show for it, as I mentioned yesterday. You know, you're going to be able to have something to show for it as far as, like, let's say we win the next 4. So we just beat Atlanta, we beat New York, we beat Philly, and then I think it's New England. You're now going to be 6-3, okay? Opposed to you digging yourself in a 2-6 hole, you go off 4 straight, and you're just getting back to 500. You ain't really got nothing to show for it. So it feels good to knock that 3-game losing streak off, and hopefully we can continue to build on that and actually have something to show for in the next month. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the final caller.
Hey, man, Commander Nation, shout out the boys, man, HTTC. I know y'all feel good after that win, man. Hey, here's what I'm going to say about it. Sam Howell looked better. 1 pass attempt in the whole second half to the last drive of the game for us, though. It's a head scratcher, man. Seems like Eric Bieniemy, he can't pick a side, man. We can't be balanced. It's either too much running or it's too much passing. We can't get it in between. And B-Rob with only 31 yards? I mean, bro, he got the TD. I'll give it to him, but, man, I need Brian Robinson to get that little 60 yards, you feel me? Besides that, though, man, good win. Atlanta left a lot of points on the board, still concerning. I mean, if we're not facing a QB like that, I can't say that we'd have the same outcome, so we got to get better. Still room to improve. I don't think we should overreact. A win is a win, but still can't take any team lightly.
Definitely, man. I agree wholeheartedly with that whole entire phone call right there. As far as one pass attempt the whole second half, I mean, I can't explain that. Like, I really can't try to explain that. I don't even think Eric Bieniemy himself can explain that. I hope they bring it up at his press conference on Wednesday. I don't know why one pass attempt. As far as Brian Robinson only getting 31 yards. Again, like I said, I think their run defense, Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett. I feel like they had a really good run defense too. Like along with us only giving Brian Robinson 10 carries, out of those 10 carries, only were able to muster 31 yards. So you got to give some credit to Atlanta, and you're right. Atlanta left a lot of plays on the field, as I mentioned. They left a lot of players on the field, especially if Van Jefferson, if Desmond Ridder hooks from Van Jefferson, like I said, that's a touchdown, and that game is changed, right? Arthur Smith, I put mostly the blame on Desmond Ridder, but Arthur Smith could have some blame as far as going for going for two, you down a touchdown, right? At the end of the day, it don't matter because your team didn't even get an opportunity to get the opportunity to go for two because you didn't score, but still, you that kind of shifted the whole game plan. So again, Atlanta definitely helped us out a lot with some missed opportunities. And you're right, we can't get complacent. We can't start looking down at other teams, taking no one lightly because this was not the best showing, but at least it was a win. And at the end of the day, I'd rather clean up our fixes and clean up our mess while winning football games. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how pretty or how ugly it looks, as long as you have one more point than your opponent at the end of the game, it's a brick, a W going in that left-hand side of your record. So with that being said, thank you for calling into the Command Extra Post Game Show. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed one. See y'all later. Peace.